Hey guys, thank you for watching the SlatRock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to check out some of our other videos, subscribe if you like what you see, and check out this video right now, 10 WWE Superstars who are out of action and their expected return dates. Number 10. The Brian Kendrick, Deadly GTS. It was a forgetful Christmas for the man they call the post-apocalyptic scavenger. This cruiserweight legend suffered an injury during his match against Hideo Itami. Anybody who saw the match would agree that Itami's poorly executed GTS led to his injury. After going to a local medical facility, it was revealed that Kendrick suffered a fracture to his orbital bone and nasal passage and would be out of action for 2 months. He's expected to return by February or March. Number 9. Big Show, Bad Hip. Guys, if you recollect, on the September 4th episode of Raw, Big Show was defeated by Braun Strowman in a steel cage match. This match is mostly remembered for the brutality the Big Show suffered at the hands of Braun Strowman. In reality, this match was scheduled to write Big Show off TV as he required hip surgery. Big Show appeared on Busted Open Radio and gave an update about his injury and recovery status. He said, "I've been really quiet with what's been going on with me. I've had a hip resurfacing surgery in September. The surgery went really well. I got home and after 3.5 weeks I was walking a mile. Things started to feel good. Then I got a fever. I found out I had a surgical infection. I got a thing called a PICC line, which is basically an IV line from my left arm to my heart. For 7 weeks, I was walking around with an IV bag, 3 times a day, total of 8 hours a day. It was almost like having a small baby in the house because you only got 3 to 4 hours of sleep before you had to change the medicine. It was very stressful because I couldn't go to the gym or do anything. I couldn't get my blood pressure up. I couldn't do anything physical. It was pretty difficult. We finally pulled the PICC line out on January 2nd. Things right now are touch and go for another 6 to 8 months. The more I learned about infections, the more I learned that they are very aggressive and adapt to certain medicines. The main thing we tried to do was keep the infection off the metal plate. Once bacteria gets on that metal plate, you can't get it off. Guys, there's a strong chance we've seen the last of the Big Show in a WWE ring. With a recovery period estimated to be over 8 months, and added to that, Show's contract is set to expire in February, he may never work another WWE match. It'd be sad to see him go out in such a muted fashion, but Show has previously mentioned retiring at the end of his current contract. It wouldn't be a huge surprise to see him slip out the door. So guys, at this point, his return is very doubtful. Number 8. Big Cass. Guys, remember the Who Ran Over Stone Cold Steve Austin angle back in the Attitude Era? Well, looks like storylines involving mystery attackers are Vinnie Mac's favorites. It all started on the Raw following Extreme Rules 2017, where Big Cass was mysteriously attacked in the same way Enzo Amore was within the past 2 weeks. The following weeks, Cass accused Big Show for being his attacker, but Show denied this. However, on the June 19 episode of Raw, it was revealed by Corey Graves that Cass was behind the attacks on Amore, and that he faked his own attack in order to lure away suspicion that it was him. Cass admitted to this, expressing his frustration during his time teaming with Amore, and then attacked him with a big boot, turning heel for the first time in his career and disbanding the team as a result. This is perhaps one of the worst heel turns in recent times. This storyline led to a couple of matches where Big Cass won. However, on August 21, 2017 on Raw, Big Cass lost to Amore in a Brooklyn street fight via referee stoppage after suffering a legitimate knee injury during the match. It was revealed by doctors that Cass suffered a torn ACL. He underwent surgery and would be out of action for at least 9 months. He's expected to return by May or June. Guys, how would you book Cass upon his return? Please share your comments. Number 7. Noam Dar. In the later half of 2017, Noam Dar joined the Zoe Train, a faction consisting of Arya Daivari, Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, and Cruiserweight Champion Enzo Amore. On the 27 November episode of Raw, Dar competed in the first of 2 Fatal 4-Way matches to determine a new #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship, losing to Daivari, Rich Swann, and Akira Tozawa. If that was hurtful, his misery continued when it was reported that Dar had suffered a knee injury that would require surgery. Dar underwent successful surgery to his left knee on the 14th of December to repair a tear in his meniscus. WWE released a statement that it would take a good 5-month recovery time, and he is expected to return by May or June of 2018. Number 6. Drew McIntyre. Triple H and Vince McMahon were so impressed with Drew McIntyre that they wanted him on the main roster and to start a feud with Finn Balor. However, bad luck haunted him in the later half of 2017. It all began in October when McIntyre began a feud with Andrade Cien Almas that led to GM William Regal scheduling a championship match at NXT TakeOver War Games. This match saw McIntyre register his first loss. Although the match was entertaining, it was revealed that McIntyre suffered a torn bicep towards the end of the match. He underwent surgery and would be out of action for at least 9 months. He's expected to return by May or June. Number 5. Jeff Hardy. There is a reason why Jeff Hardy is known as the Daredevil. WWE fans were very thrilled to see him return to the WWE at WrestleMania last year. In September, Hardy suffered a shoulder injury, and it was reported that the injury would sideline him for 4 to 6 months. Jeff Hardy attended the WrestleMania party in New Orleans, Louisiana on November 17th and was spotted sporting a sling for his shoulder. Hardy reassured fans that he will most definitely return in time for WrestleMania 34, which goes down in April of this year. Furthermore, although Hardy didn't provide additional details on his rehabilitation process, the belief is that the former WWE champion is well on his way to recovery. Number 4. Dean Ambrose. The lunatic fringe often puts his body on the line when he's in the heat of battle, and it looks like all of that hard work in the ring might have just caught up with him. During an episode of Monday Night Raw on December 21, 2017, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Jason Jordan were embroiled in a match against The Bar and Samoa Joe. But it wasn't any of his foes who did the most damage because it was Seth Rollins who accidentally hit his Shield brother with friendly fire. There was a spot in the match where Seth Rollins nailed a suicide dive on the heels, but Dean Ambrose was standing in the midst of the opposition. It looked like Ambrose took the brunt of the damage and he landed awkwardly on his arm. Ambrose's successful procedure was performed by Dr. Jeffrey Dugas in Birmingham, Alabama. Dr. Dugas told WWE.com he tore some of the distal triceps tendon where it attaches to the forearm bone, called the olecranon. He basically tore about 50% of the tricep tendon away from the bone. We repaired that back down to the bone where it tore off of. The surgery was very straightforward. We removed all of the extra bursal tissue, all of that extra swollen stuff around his elbow. Dean will be out of action for 9 months and is expected to return in August or September of 2018. Number 3. Jason Jordan. Word came out that former Raw Tag Team Champions Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan were both dealing with some injuries, and a fairly serious one in Jordan's case. The rumors of the two men being banged up had been around for weeks, and there is some belief that these injuries led to the weird match at Royal Rumble where they dropped the titles to Sheamus and Cesaro. Since that report, Rollins took to Twitter to refute the news that he is injured, but Jordan has not stated any objection on his end, and it's looking more and more like he is pretty seriously hurt. Jason Jordan underwent neck surgery just yesterday under WWE Medical Director Dr. Joseph Maroon in Pittsburgh. Dr. Maroon said he had an injury to a disc in his neck which resulted in significant pain that was refractory to all conservative measures. It was decided to do a minimally invasive operation to decompress the nerve to allow it to heal. There is no word yet on when Jordan will be back in the ring. WWE had reportedly been planning on blowing off the Rollins-Jordan feud with a singles match at WrestleMania 34, but that match is looking like anything but a sure thing at this point. Number 2. R-Truth. On the August 28th episode of Raw, R-Truth competed in an Intercontinental Championship No. 1 Contenders 15-man Battle Royal. The match was won by Jeff Hardy. Reports suggested that R-Truth suffered an arm injury during a match against Elias at a WWE Live event in Regina, Saskatchewan. Truth reportedly underwent surgery on October 26th. On December 4th, R-Truth posted a video on his Twitter account stating he had just completed surgery. He is expected to return by March or April. Number 1. Samoa Joe. A few weeks ago on an episode of Raw, Samoa Joe suffered an injury on his right foot while facing off at a singles match against Rhino. Joe's injury also caused him to pull out from the inaugural WWE Mixed Match Challenge, where the Samoan Submission Machine was originally scheduled to team up with Bayley. He also missed the Royal Rumble. While speaking with WWE Hall of Famer Booker T on his podcast Booker T's Heated Conversations, Joe said, "As of right now, it's kind of a week-to-week thing." Joe replied, "With these injuries, sometimes they heal sooner, sometimes they heal later. They're going to do a little bit of an ultrasound, check it out every week. They're going to be giving me treatments. It's not something that can be fixed surgically. It's basically a lot of time, rest, and elevation and letting it heal. It just depends on how quick it heals. Hopefully, it'll be sooner than later. Obviously, we're going to be past the Royal Rumble, but I don't know how much further past that. Well guys, there you have it, 10 WWE superstars who are out of action right now and their expected date of return. Guys, before you leave, check out one of our most hilarious videos ever! Top 15 Most Shocking Revelations from WWE Wrestlers on Wrestling Podcasts. And if you do like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this one. Hit that bell icon so you can get notified every time we post a new video. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And as always, thanks for watching.